Priyanka Singh Desai. I'm assistant professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering, and the subject that I'm taking here is automation and robotics. And also, I have already the two previous videos have already been uploaded, and also you all must be knowing about that. Yes, we did discuss about like what were the applications of automation and also the field through which the automation and the robotics have been interconnected and interrelated to each other, because it is the varied aspect and the varied prospect that we are taking ahead over here and in the technological advancement. And also, like we discussed that we first of all, like what is automation, and also how is automation required and why it is required. If it is required, then how and what are the processes and the procedures that we're going to look ahead forward towards it, and also going to do the aspects about it. So now in the first unit that we were discussing about the definition for automation and also the types and the varied applications, the goals and the needs for the automation, because we are going to move ahead further in the advancement of robotics. And in the robotics, we do need to get the understand of the basic elements of automation, that how we are going to derive it. So beforehand, so we are just talking and sharing about it. Then just let me share the whiteboard and let you know that about like why we are studying this automation first, and then we are going to study the robotics. I'm going to share my PDF file with you all, where today I'm going to discuss about the pneumatic and the hydraulic system, or to say that the fluid power system of the automation. That we all know that yes, the industries today are the very much capable of what everything has been turned into automation. Every drive, every manufacturer, every aspect of it has been turned into what? Automation. We all know that. And also it is this advancement which is leading towards it. How am I going to make the working process and the principles of this thing into the field of automation? So yes, just let me share the PDF with you all, that today what the topic that we are going to discuss is this. We're going to discuss the hydraulic and the pneumatic system. How it is going to get control. We have a manipulator with us. That manipulator, it is going to get derived. We have the driver over here, and the driver which is going to get the actions done performed by what? A controller. And those controller actions are henceforth being attached to what? Sensors. Yes. So yes, we are now going to discuss about the hydraulic and the pneumatic system. This is again a very important topic, because we have to understand how the electrical or the mechanical transmission are being held forward and towards this thing. So we know that in any industry we use three methods of transmitting power from one point to another. First, we have a mechanical transmission. It is very much clear to all of you that how a mechanical transmission is being done. It is done through what? Through your gears, through your motors, through shafts, through belts, through chains. That mechanical transmission is through that. Electrical transmission, again, a very aspect of electrical transmission is what? Via your wires, your transformers, etc. That is going to get derived from what? Your electrical transmission. And then what do you have over here is that your fluid power. How it is being done? It is done through what? Through your liquids or a gas, but we do have to take this into consideration that it is in a confined space. It is through this liquid or a gas particle that we are going to take ahead. We are going to look it into what? A confined space. That how much compression or what pressure we are going to give it, so that that accommodation should get what? Accumulated into what? A transmission. Should lead ahead through what? A power transmission. Yes. And also we are going to discuss about that what is a fluid power and the scope of it thing. We all know that yes, it is a technology that deals what? With your generation, your control and transmission of forces. Also, that movement of any mechanical system, it is done with the help of what? Your pressurized fluids in a confined space. We know that both liquid and gases, what? They are considered as fluids. Yes, gas in a liquid form, liquid in a liquid form. Then it's in includes what? A hydraulic system and a pneumatic system, that is your air. And hydraulic, by hydraulic, what we are meaning over here is that we are going to take a liquid, and by a pneumatic, we are going to take consideration of what? Air. Okay. And also, like, yes, definitely we are using some sort of oil hydraulic, that is applying via your pressurized liquid petroleum oils or any synthetic oils. And it is what? It is going to get released into the compressed air that is released to your atmosphere after performing any work. So over here, what you can see is that yes, we are already being clarifying by the term fluid over here, because like with me, that what I'm going to let you explain all the fundamentals over here, that you should know each and every word aspect of it. It shouldn't be like that. If the basic forte is clear, definitely how much pillar that we're going to get established over here, it is very much easily to get it. If we are studying any topic, that particular topic word should be what? It is, should be cleared and inscribed. So that is the purpose of my fundamental teaching principles have always been. So yes, with fluid, what I am referring over here is that we are not going to take only just water as per se like that. What do we generally understand by this? No. Here we are just taking it as a air or a oil or a liquid also, a water sort of it. Depending upon the industry, depending upon the machines that are being installed, also depending upon the work transmission, depending upon that how much and what type of the output it is being required through the power tool, that depends upon what type of the fluid material we are going to take. So let us understand that all of these similar various aspects you all must be understanding is that we have a stationary hydraulic or a mobile hydraulic system. There are two basically type of that. So via stationary hydraulic system, what do we understand is that yes, it remains firmly fixed in one position, and the characteristic feature of your stationary hydraulic is that what? The valves, they are what? They are solenoid operated. They are what? Solenoid operated. And such applications, where we can find such applications? We can find it in the machine tools or in any transfer lines, or we can find it in the plastic machinery as like your injection molding machines, or in your lifts or in your rolling machines. And also if you're talking about the automation per se over here, you all must be knowing, you all must be visiting your malls. There you all have seen that there is what? Automatic gated systems are there. While you are few centimeters or while you are few centimeter or meter ahead, that the gate gets open. How do you think it is possible? How do you think it is possible? All of these things are what? Attached through the sensors. Attached through what? The your what sensor applications that is being done. So such sort of the applications are what now are done in the field of automation. Definitely further ahead, I will be letting you all know the algorithm or the sort of the application, how you also can develop such sort of automatic gated system. What pneumatic applications that you can apply to it. Okay. So then we have what? A more mobile hydraulic system. Similarly, by a stationary, what do I understand by the term stationary? That is what? It is fixed. By a mobile, what do you understand by the term mobile? Not your cell phone, but it is what? Something which is movable. So that means we have a wheel or a truck or any such as your tower crane or any excavator truck. That is what it is performing and operating in different locations while moving. For example, just take an example of the fire brigade. So what they do is that yes, those applications, those trucks, they come, it is moving, and at the same time it is what? It is rescuing according to the wherever the fire has happened, that hazard has happened at what floor. So these are like the characteristic feature of your mobile hydraulic, and how the valves are frequently they are like manually operated. So what sort of the applications where can we find is that yes, in your automobiles or your aeroplanes, your missiles, boats, or in construction machineries, your agricultural machinery. Yes, with the term agricultural machinery, that I would like to share over here is that automation and robotics, it is in the advancement of your agriculture. a very much advancement has been there and has been done and has been maintained, and it is doing further. The drone applications, the drone applications which are being done and which are being made in the field of what? Agriculture. All of your applications of automation or your robotics are being done, and they are used in the field of your agriculture person. So you should also like strive towards to take out an innovative idea, because the governments are really collaborating with such ideas, and you should also think further ahead in these aspects. Like for example, I am going to show you a varied, like over here, these different type of the tabular form that I've made, that where and how you can find the application of your fluid power according to your choice, according to your application, according to your study peripheral area. Choose anyone, choose any topic, and start doing the research of it. This is the first step in the form of what? Your research. Okay. So like for example, agriculture that we were discussing, yes, it is used to what? Your tractors or your farm equipments, chemical and water sprayers, that I have already told you. Yes, with the help of what? With the help of your drones. These sprayers are being used, or your fertilizer spreaders are being used. You all must be knowing about the recent scheme that is being developed, that is Kisan Credit Card Scheme, or your Kisan scheme. How it is being done? That is your or Kisan Soil Health Card Scheme. So these are the various schemes which are being developed by your government of India, and what they do at such aspect of the sort is that in the field of automation and robotics, all these things are what? Attached together. It is going to tell you the fertility rate of your the particular crops that are being grown, what is going to be the MSP of it. All of these aspects are being done and showcased. It is done with the help of your automation. Then again, in the field of automation, yes, you have robotics, you have automated transfer lines. I will definitely will be dealing with this in the later next of the videos on the later topics. We are going to deal with this automated transfer lines. In the field of your automobiles, we have a power steering or a power brake or a hydrostatic transmission. Or in the field of aviation, yes, it is the most dynamic field that is being used, the field of aviation. Your fluid power equipment, your landing wheels in aircraft, your helicopter, aircraft trolleys, your test beds, etc. All are being what? They're being automated. You have construction industry, defense. It is very much advancing. Ministry of Defense is very much advancement in the field of this. You have a missile launching systems, your navigation controls, or aviation. If I would like to collaborate both your defense and your aviation together, we do have ISRO. Hmm? And we have a lot of advancement in the fields, like in the year 2022 we are going to have what? Gaganyaan. 3 astronauts are going to be taken to the space, and before they are going to be taken to the space, and one of them would be a woman and two male and one female. That is the ratio of it. And also their training are now being done in Russia. And what is there? Beforehand what we have is that we have sent a humanoid, a half humanoid, Vyomitra, the name of that humanoid. It is being sent to space to explore the conditions of what a human body will face and what it is going to be developed in the space. It is being sent and it is being developed, and now it is being studied. So that our astronauts, while going out to the outer space, they do not suffer such any kind of any problem shouldn't be there. Hmm? And all of these things are done with the help of what? Your automation or your robotics. And automation and robotics in the later advancement classes that I will be dealing with you all, I will definitely will be telling you that automation or robotics per se, it is just not only required to one single field, but to varied fields. A lot of varied fields that is going to be getting required. Yes. And also, yes, you have entertainment or any sort of fabrication industry. You have, I'm telling you, you have a lot of field exposure industries are there. According to your development, according to the work that you want to carry forward, you can choose the topic ahead and discuss and also get it done. Yeah. So this is like various and medical, definitely yes. As you can see that in the current pandemic, various robots are being developed so that you can transfer the even the medicines are being transferred through the robots. in your containment areas or in your isolation zone, in the isolation ward areas, that is being done, or the drones are being applied for the disinfectants and all. So the sprayers are being done. So accordingly to the depending upon the situation, it is being used, developed, and also it is being made very much forward ahead. Yes. So yeah, all you can see that we have made all list out of over here. See, the list is unending. The list is unending, and you all can very well easily see that, yeah, depending upon it, choose the topic and choose the selection and start working towards it. Because the country India, our country needs this thing, needs the advancement in the field of technology. Yes. So now coming back, there are two types of the hydraulic system. The first is your fluid transport system. The second is your fluid power system. Okay. Let me see if I can annotate this thing so that whatever I'm saying over here. So what you can see, yes, this is a fluid transport system. And via with this, what we can say is that their sole objective is what? They have to deliver a fluid from one location to another and also for any some useful purposes. So including your pumping stations for pumping water to homes, across country gas lines, etc., that is being used. And then what do we have over here? Again, what do we have over here? A fluid power system. And what is the purpose of it? That is, they are designed to perform what? Perform work. In any fluid power system, the work is obtained by pressurized fluid, which is acting directly on a fluid cylinder or any fluid motor. So that means what happens is cylinder which produces a force resulting in linear motion, whereas a fluid motor produces a torque resulting in what? In a rotary motion. So this is the two types of the hydraulic system which is being used basically in any of your transmission system. Okay. Then comes your classification of the fluid power system. So based upon the control system, what do we have over here? We have a open loop system, or we have what? Another a closed loop system. Yeah. So depending upon it, open loop system by the name itself also. Sometimes there is like all of the sort of the applications or the definitions that you're going to get understand now. So basically you have to understand it through the annotations of this, the words and the symbols are being derived over here. So by the name open loop system, what do we understand? That is, in open loop system, a feedback is not very much required. Now again a new term, what is a feedback? Take for an example, you are a student, I am a teacher. What happens is that what a teacher or a professor what it does to a like we mentor our students, and at the same time we let the students know what are its weaknesses and what are its strengths. So this is a sort of the feedback what a human to a human in the term of the profession is being done, and it is being given. Okay. So with the help of the feedback, the positive or a negative feedback that I am giving to the student, then what will happen? It is definitely going to get help in the advancement of his or her career. Similarly, now just understand this annotation and apply in the field of your industry. What will happen in your automation field or any machine? That is what actually any industry or the machine is done. We know what an input is. Yeah. And also what output it is being required from that input. It is very much being cleared. Okay. So that means from my input to my output, the processing part which is being done, and also if I just say, if I have assumed that the output for the input that I am going to get done, it is 80%. Is it always that I will be able to get it? Is it always that will I be able to achieve that 80%? No. It's not possible. Always it is not possible. So that means whatever it might be 85 or 90%, or it might be 60 or 75%, isn't it? So that means there is always a fluctuation of plus or minus. Yes. So with that fluctuation of your plus or minus either, how am I going to improve? The set target, how am I going to improve? So with the help of those set targets, that is being done by what? The feedback. Okay. So this is the term that is which is being understandable over here, is that what a feedback is. Now understand, in the open loop system, we do not require any feedback. It is very much clear. Why? Because all of the input and the output, it is very being clearly outlined over here. So it is not much necessarily required. Then coming back to your closed loop system, definitely. This system uses what? Feedback. So your output of the system, it is fed back to your comparator by using any measuring element. That I've already told you the purpose of your feedback, how it is being done and how it is being made. Huh? So that means whatsoever target that I have set it out over here, whatever error in the form of a plus or minus, it is going to get established, and it is going to let me know that what is going to be the change in the actual output, and through that it is going to get whatever desired value what we are going to require, we are going to get it. Hmm? So these are the various sort of the applications that we do, and it is being required. Okay. So this was all about, for the time being, this was all about your fluid power system, and nearby soon we're going to let you know about what your hydraulic and what a pneumatic system is. Beforehand, to let you give you the difference between your hydraulic or your pneumatic system, we are definitely going to understand the concept of what a hydraulic system is and what a pneumatic system is. Why? Until and unless you're not going to know the definition or the working principles of these two systems, only then you're going to point out, only then you're going to let them know of the difference between the two. Okay. So this is all for the day. Thank you all. And then again in the next lecture, we're going to definitely let you know the difference between the two.